So the heads on the 5th edition Bretonnia Knights are really cool, but the bodies and ponies are small, so it doesn't work to mix them. But I like unique heads, so I want these 5th edition heads on these 6th edition bodies. But it's not as simple as just a common head swipe. These 5th edition heads go in with this little notch in the back. Plus, there's no neck on these 5th edition, which means if you just put it in with doing no work there, I mean, your knight's gonna look like a freak. So I'm just going to walk through the work I do for these 5th edition heads. And first you take out the notch in the back. That's pretty obvious. And then I'm going to trim this back as much as I can. Now, depending on your head, you're going to have to shave a little bit more down on these. The cloth in the back of the helmet is going to bump into the body. So this one here is one of those. I can't quite get the head forward enough. So I'm just going to use my hobby knife here to shave back the cloth. Now I only want to take as much as I need. I don't want to do any extra because I don't want a gap between the body and this cloth, because with the shaving down here, it's going to look weird if there's a gap. So I'm just going to shave a little bit down, try it against the body, shave a little bit down, try it on the body, etc. And then once we're comfortable with how the head looks, it's not too far back, it's not too far forward, it looks like a human head, we'll move on to the next step of giving this guy a neck. So now that I got this knight's head about where I want it to be, I'm going to take an old piece of sprue and I'm going to try to cut off just a little tiny bit that's going to function as the neck. Now, the good news is none of this has to be perfect. No one's going to be able to tell what kind of sprue you have under here, if it fits a full neck, if just a little bit. It's all going to be so hidden. So you just need enough that the head can sit on, that you can get a glue attached to, that you can elevate this head a little bit to make it look like this guy has a normal neck. The process is a bit fidgety and really hard to see on camera because I'm using such a narrow little piece of sprue there, but you can kind of see it. And I'm going to get a dry fit here, and I'm going to glue everything on the body. It sounds simple, it is simple, but it probably will take you a couple minutes just because working with these small pieces of plastic is so annoying. Okay, I thought the dry fit worked pretty good. Now I am going to use some glue and get this head attached onto the 6th edition body. I'm just going to make sure that sprue piece is exactly where I want it. And there we have it. Alright, so if what I just did seemed a little bit too fiddly for you, rather than taking a small piece of sprue and pasting it to the helm, you could paste a large piece of sprue and just cut that down. And again, it doesn't have to be a perfect piece because nobody's going to be able to see it by the time you're done. But right here I just have a big piece where it's easy to handle, it's easy to get your knives and sandpaper around and place on your body, you're good to go there as well. But once you get it together, it looks good. This 5th edition Knight's helm had a lot of character, and now you're going to have a knight ready for priming, ready for painting, that a lot of other people in your store won't have. It'll be a nice little unique piece for you. So here's that same knight once I finish painting them. Notice you can't really tell there's a piece of sprue propping up the head. You can't see where I sanded down the back of the cloth on his helmet. It really looks natural. Those 5th edition helms with a little bit of work well in that 6th edition body, and now there's a whole new head ornament in my troop of knights that wouldn't be there otherwise. Pretty short video this time around, but I hope it's useful. I think some of those 5th edition knights with the 6th edition bodies are some of my favorite ones. As always, thanks for watching.